Hello, hello! Welcome to day 5 of the Hexagon Mug Rug Workshop. Hope you all had a good day today so far, and it's Friday, so let's get the party started. If you're here live, let me know in the comments. Say hello to me. Where are you tuning in from? How far along are you on your mug rug? And let me know how you're doing. Hi, Barbara! Hi, Lucy! Maybe switch view here. Hey Keith, happy Friday! I hope everybody's home from work and safe. It's super cold here in California where I am. It was high of 65 today, 68, 65. It was freezing. Hi Sophia, you just need to trim it. Awesome. Hi Kayla. Congratulations on your Cricut maker. Woo, exciting. Finishing up sewing the edges. Nice, nice. And sewing. Oh, okay. Oh, awesome. Yeah, the BNC pieces. Nice. Very good. Love it. Barbara Watson, waves. I'll wave back. Let's see. Did anybody have any questions at all before we get started? Anything you got stuck on yesterday? On yesterday's homework? I think everybody's okay. I'll wait a few seconds to see. Make sure you're all doing okay. Did you guys pick out your backing fabric? So I decided to go with one of the prints that was in my Hexies too. This Bonnie and Camille one. So I'm just going to use this one for my backing. Oh yeah. Kid said, I can see how EPP is addictive. Once you're sucked in, there's no turning back. Sorry. See. What happens when you need to rip something out? Sophia, do you mean a piece that was sewn in wrong, or did you sew it to the wrong piece? Then our handy dandy Mr. Seam Ripper comes into place. Yeah, I would just use the seam ripper and carefully remove it in between. Yeah, this is like a necessity when you do any type of sewing. I think it's gonna be your best friend. Sometimes you don't want it to be your best friend, but it'll be your best friend. And then if you don't have a seam ripper, but you have scissors that have super sharp points like this one, that's my little dog there. That wasn't me, okay? If you have a little pair of scissors with super sharp points, you could also go in with these to undo the seams. Jack the Ripper, yeah. Oh, it was really hard not to catch the fabric. Oh, so what you would do then, Sophia, you would actually tug at it so you would pull apart a little bit and then catch the thread in between if you need to undo a piece. This is recorded and it'll be on my Facebook page here for a little bit longer, so you have time to catch up, Malcolm. No problem. Okay. All right, let's get started. So if you saw my last night's email, I also repeated what I told you guys in yesterday's live to have a 10-inch backing piece of fabric ready for your mug rug. So what you want to go ahead and do, since you've trimmed this, let's say you've trimmed it, see how clean it looks, and remember 1 3/4 inches from the tip to the edge and 1 5/8 from the flat side to the edge here, right? Okay. Yes, yes. Awesome. All right, so after that, you want to go ahead and place it center here on your backing. And I just have hi Cindy, I just have the fusible fleece that I fused it to. That's all there is. 2 layers. And then I'm going to try and center this as best I can. So this you can eyeball. There's no real way you could go wrong most of the time. So I have that. And what I'm gonna do now, I'm just gonna bring my glue stick. I'll use the purple one so you guys can see better. Any washable glue stick is fine, or you can use your glue pens too if you want to. But this blue I don't think shows well, so I'm gonna use this purple because it'll show better. So what I start by doing, this side is to me, you guys can see right there. See, what we're gonna do, we're gonna fold the raw edge in towards the mug rug, but you don't want to go too close to the edge. Have a little gap, maybe 1/16 of an inch, so don't butt them up against each other like that. You want to be a little bit away, and then we're gonna actually fold it in once, the raw edge. Okay, so I'm gonna unfold it. So what I'm gonna do is just take the glue stick, put a little glue here. See that? Can you guys see the glue? And then I just fold it down. And then you want to hold it in place so it'll dry. And that's step one. So easy, right? And step two, we fold it over on itself again, over the raw edge of the mug rug itself, so we enclose the raw edges. Like that. Okay, so once again, I'm going to take handy dandy glue stick here. Put some glue. Maybe a little bit more. That way you guys can see. See how there's glue there? And like I said, make sure it's washable glue. Then you're okay. And then we just hold it in place so it stays stuck. Play a little piano along the binding. And then turn it. So that one side is done. And then we're gonna work on this side. I think mine shifted a little bit, so I'm gonna shift it back. There we go. And I want this little corner to stay put now that I got it in place. So I'll put a little more glue here. And then glue it down. And like this side, we're gonna go ahead and fold in the raw edge towards the raw edge of the mug rug. And you don't want to go all the way to the end like that. No, they should not butt up against each other. Have a little bit of gap. Because you need to fold this over, and there's the thickness of the mug rug, right? So that's what we're accounting for when we leave a little bit of gap between the edge of the mug rug itself and the edge of the backing fabric that we folded over. I know, Carolyn, don't you? Oh, I'm so glad you made it today. Yay! I know, glue is your best friend. So here, oh, one thing you want to account for, since we have this corner, we want mitered corners. They look like they're fitted together, right? So how we're accomplishing that is by folding this corner in. And again, see how it doesn't go all the way to the edge? It has a little gap, because that'll help when we bend it over, fold it over like that. But I want it to stay in place. I'm gonna slap a little glue there. And then we hold it. I actually had to glue bind a lot of big quotes for samples too when there was a tight deadline. And Elmer's glue stick comes to the rescue all the time. Alright, so I think this little corner is in place. And I'm going to go ahead and put some glue here. There we go. And we fold this in. So this method, when you actually take the backing and to the front and make it into a self-bound project, really avoid having to use a sewing machine. Like when you put on a traditional binding, you would have to sew it on first. But this way you can skip it. Okay, I think that's on. So now I'm gonna glue it down too. Twist that a little bit. And then we'll hold it in place and let it dry. And now you see this corner, it's mitered. See that? I think you guys can see it, right? We get nice pretty corner. That's what we want here. And let's flippity flip. We got 2 more sides. So I'm gonna glue down this side. I'm gonna go a little bit faster since you guys seen it. And then put a little glue here. And if it lifts up, it's okay. You can hold it down a little bit longer or apply a little bit more glue to make it stick. If you use regular quilt batting, yeah, you could go ahead and quilt it if you have a machine handy, or if you want to hand quilt it, or even just do big basting stitches. You could definitely do that too. Or you could even whatchamacallit, pin baste it too, unless you do want to quilt it. But the thing with the self-bound backing here is that if you want to quilt it, I would quilt it before you obviously fold the binding part over, right? And make sure you don't go over the edges here. When you quilt, just stay 1/4 of an inch away from the edge if you want to quilt inside. Got my glue on there. And some quilters like to use liquid glue, but I think that takes too long to dry. So that's why I just stick with the glue stick. Because it becomes tacky and glues faster, but you can still undo it. And now on top. And if you're using a thicker glue stick like this instead of a glue pen, the trick to keep getting a skinnier piece of a glue, or yeah, sliding the glue on in a skinnier strip here, is to twist it. Kind of like ladies, you know how you use lipstick? You don't apply the flat side, right? You twist it and you apply it on the side. Same thing here with the glue. So you can see the glue is turning. It's flat there, and then I turn and use this side, so I get a little side of the glue that I apply it with. Let's see. Yeah, liquid glue is just tricky. Yeah, it didn't work for me either. Yes, play the piano? Yes. You haven't taken... Keith hasn't taken his papers out yet. Oh, yeah, you just tear it out. You'll just end up having little jagged edges if you ended up sewing through the paper a little bit on the edge. That's fine. Yeah. You just carefully pull it out. But if you sew through it completely, then yeah, that might be a bigger problem. But I'm assuming, Keith, that you mean you went through the edge of the top where you were sewing the 2 pieces together, right? Then that's fine. So when you take it out, it just looks like little, you know, like when you have perforated paper, when you strip it apart, then you have little jagged edges. That's what it'll look like in essence. Okay, and we're on our last side. So I want to make sure I glue down both of the little wings here, because I don't want them to be flapping around. And I got that done, like that. Oh, then I want to fold the corner first. I'm getting ahead of myself. I can't wait to start stitching this down. Yay. And then this corner. And make sure you stay a little bit away from the edge of the mug rug itself, the raw edge. So because this is the last side, that's where we end up folding both corners over. And then fold it in. So does everybody have any fun plans for the weekend besides finishing your mug rugs? Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna glue down the last side. I'm gonna get a perfect mitered corner there. See, let me make sure I get your questions too. Oh, thank you, Penny. Oh, let me share this one. So someone was being all quilty police about the washable glue stick. She was saying it ruins heirloom quilts and all quilts become heirlooms. The glue washes out, hence it's washable. Yeah, it washes out. I've sent samples to fabric companies with this, and no one has had a problem. And then when I get it back, I'll wash it. And I'll just share this with you guys because this is a smaller, intimate group right now. So I went down a crazy little rabbit hole researching where does glue come from? When was glue invented? What is glue? And because there was a big debate, I don't think it's the same quilty police person that Lucy's referring to, but I was being reprimanded for using this type of glue too, saying that you should only use Soline glue stick for EPP. But when I researched this company, I don't know if someone's found anything else. Their glue is proprietary information, right? So obviously they're not gonna share how they make their glue, which I totally understand. But if you go out and buy several different glue pens like this, they are all identical except for the color and the branding. You might have seen these in blue and purples and pinks. And if you open them too, even the refillable little glue sticks, they're all the same too. So then I found out it's a company in Japan that manufactures these glue pens. But their website is all in Japanese and I don't read Japanese. I tried to look up some stuff with Google Translate, but even that's iffy. Like a lot of things get lost in translation, but in essence, they never even claim on their website, the Japanese manufacturing site, that this is specifically only made for fabric. There, I said it. And Elmer's doesn't say that you can't use it on fabric. I mean, they're not going to say do use it because I don't think they want to take responsibility if you do mess something up. So always test the little fabric swatch if you're really worried. And as far as heirloom quilts go, I don't know. I mean, don't you want your quilts to be used? You don't want them to just be hanging or behind a glass wall anyways, right? And I think if it lasts for 2-3 generations, that's good enough for me. I don't expect one of my creations to be available or passed down for hundreds of years. I think that's even the antique quilt, the vintage quilts that were all hand sewn that you see now, they're all falling apart too. So I mean, it's gonna last you. I say use it, give it with love, have them use it with love, and I think that's what matters in the long run. So that was my whole spiel about glue. Right, yeah, if it's not worn out, then they didn't use it. It's like, why is this not worn? It should be worn. You guys should have been using it. Oh, let's see. Oh, you go Pokemon Go hunting. I haven't seen a lot of people do that lately. Used to see a lot more people do that in the park. I guess it's picking back up again. Yeah, so I mean, go do your research about the glue, but don't let any type of quilty police person put you down for using washable school glue sticks. They wash out, so you're okay. But if you do, let's say you want to do a quilt for those show quilts that are never going to be touched. People only wear gloves when they come near them, and no one's ever going to actually get to use it. Then maybe you want to, consider what type of glue you use. But oh yeah, if you're donating to a museum, maybe, and it's going to hang there for thousands of years. But no, let's use it and love it and show it off. They say quilts are, uh, you know, hugs that you give away, right? Yeah, there's something like that. You guys can put it in the comments. Yeah, now I'm getting all flustered because I don't like it when there's quilty police about coming down on people for using washable school glue sticks. I mean, if we can let our kids play with these and chew on them, why can't we use it on fabric? All right. Okay, enough about that. So now I have this one all glued, and I can start sewing down the binding so that it doesn't come undone when I wash it, right? So I have a little pieces of thread ready here on my needle. I'm just using same thread that I pieced my pieces with, 50 weight Orfil thread in white. I'm not hard to please thread-wise. Is everybody following along okay? Let me know. And there's a homecoming game too. Oh, so all the schools are going back now, right? That's nice. I think kids need to be in school together to socialize. It's so important. Everyone's good? All right, let's keep on going. So I just have a single thread that's just like when we did APP, but then I have a knot on the end. Okay. So I'm just going to start in one of the corners. Sometimes I like to stitch the whole length here to hold down the mitered corner, but now I'm just going to start here in the corner. So you can decide. But I want to lift it up a little bit, and then I start inside so that my thread is buried inside the seam allowance, and the knot is hiding right there, like so. Oh, I'm sorry, Keith. Yeah, at least it'll be up for replay too, the part that you missed. You can skip my glue rant. Okay, so we come up here in the corner. I'm going to come up through the front of the binding. And then I'll go down in the same spot that I came up. And then come up about 1/8 of an inch away, but only in the underside, on the mug rug itself, not on the binding part. Okay, so that way I can see when I'm going through it. And as you get faster, you can come up from the back of the mug rug up through the binding. So I'll do that too. So now I'm going down in the same spot that I came up in the binding. And I'll just move my needle, bend it over about 1/8 of an inch away in the mug rug itself. Do you see that? It's not stuck to the binding yet. Oh, you like my glue rant? Now I'll have all the quilt police coming after me. So if you don't hear from me next week, I'm hiding out, okay? Okay, so then I came up 1/8 of an inch away from the second stitch on my mug rug, and then I'll come up in the binding part too, right on the edge. Can you guys see okay? Or do I need to zoom the camera in? I think everybody's okay, right? Thumbs up? Thumbs up? I think because it's Friday, everybody's on and slowing down my internet speed maybe. I'm trying to check. Everybody's good? I'm gonna keep on going. Okay. So now I'm on the binding, right? Top of the binding. So I'm going to go down, same spot that I came up in the binding in the mug rug itself. And then move 1/8 inch over. Do you see that? But it's right next to the edge of the binding. Should I zoom? Okay. Let me zoom. Hold on. And my chair's like croaking. Let's see. I now have it connected here. Let's just do this. So you'll see this part better. Hold on 1 second. Don't look at the camera if you get dizzy when it moves. I know I have like couple settings on here. Let's see. Oh, zoom. Doi. Let's see. Let me zoom here. Oh, there we go. Okay. Maybe that's too close. Yes, Joanna, you can definitely finish it with the sewing machine if you want. I just want to make sure that everyone that doesn't have a sewing machine, they can do the whole thing by hand. Okay, much better, right? Okay. So now I'm on the binding side. Do you see there where the thread's coming out? I'm on the top of the binding. I'm just going to call this the binding, although it's part of the backing, just so we can differentiate. Yeah, it's similar to applique stitch or blind stitch, Keith. And then we'll go down in the same spot that we came up. We'll come up about 1/8 of an inch away on the mug rug side. See that there? But it's right next to the needles, right next to the edge of the binding, right? So you could come up on the mug rug itself, but if you get more comfortable, you can come up straight through the binding here. See that? And that will go a little bit faster. So I'm going down in the same spot where I came up into the mug rug. And I come up about 1/8 of an inch away. And you can come up in the mug rug itself first and then go through the binding. And if you're comfortable enough, you can just come up straight through the binding here. Like that. And then we'll just move across. And Malcolm. Oh, yeah. You can definitely do it all by hand. Definitely, if you can't use a machine. Yes. And this is really relaxing too. And because it's a mug rug, it's a fairly quick process. So I go down where I came up in the mug rug and come up about 1/8 of an inch away. And I'm just coming up straight through the binding now. And what's nice having glued this down is that it's staying in place. And you don't have to fiddle with the fold moving away from you, which makes it easy too. And if you have a if you're working with the binding that's a big contrast to your mug rug fabric, then you can try and match a different thread color if you don't want it to show either. Wow, yeah. See? Sophia, she just finished hand binding a king size quilt. That's big. That's like a gazillion times this mug rug that I'm doing. Do you have a favorite thread that you use for binding, Sophia? What is it with dogs or cats or pets in general? Anytime like there's a even a quilt top on the floor, they insist on like lying on it. They know the good stuff, I think, you know? And I just do single thread when I do binding. But if you prefer double thread, you could try that too. But I personally have never found the need to do double thread. Yes, binding is relaxing. And creature comforts, yes. Oh, you use 50 weight too? Yay! Awesome. Yeah, I know even Orville, they have like a ton of different colors, but for some reason I just end up using white. Probably 90% of the time. It gets tricky when you're using black fabric and white fabric, then like which one do I go with? Whichever shows less. Carolyn. Oh yeah, you like double thread? Did you guys see that? I'll highlight that so you can see. She likes to use double thread so that she doesn't have to worry about unthreading her needle. So we're almost at this corner here. Let me know if this piece didn't make any sense or you have any questions about hand sewing the binding. So I'm almost at this corner here. So I'm just going to hold the corner down and make sure I grab the tip of the corner. So I secure that. See that? And I could even put an extra stitch there just to secure it. And then I continue on. So now you guys see how a mug rug can come together really quick. Maybe keep on working on this one. So is everybody making any type of handmade gift for Christmas this year besides mug rugs? How do you end the end of a thread and start a new one? Oh, okay. I'm almost at the end of this one, so I'll show you what I do. Thanks for asking that, Corinne. Oops, almost lost it too. No, don't fall out. Okay. Let's see. Well, do you guys want help Keith with this? Oops, where'd he go? There we go. What would you recommend as a next EPP project after mug rugs? And are there places to get kits with fabric? Do you all have any recommendations for Keith? And Kayla is making, I keep on mispronouncing your name. Kayla's making reusable wrapping bags. Ooh. Ooh. That's nice. Yes, Sophia, if you use thermal batting, I would double it up and then you could use it as a pot holder. I think I found one layer is not thick enough to hold hot things with the thermal lamp. I think that's what it's called, right? So I would double it up definitely. Double the layer for to make it pot holder. Because you don't want to burn yourself using it. And then if you do end up doubling it up, let's say for this type of project, then I would go wider on the backing piece so that because it's going to be thicker if you double layer any type of batting, then you want to go a little bit bigger with the backing piece so that it has enough to fold over. And then what do we have here? Oh, UK, there's kits on Etsy. Oh, Cindy's finishing up. You have so many projects going, Cindy. I'm amazed. Whew. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Lucy has good suggestions. Ornaments, placemats, table runners. You went all in and did a lap quilt first, then started on the queen. I love that. Let's see. Oh, I'm glad I'm not the only one. I'm so sorry. But you know, a lot of people mispronounce my name too. In high school, one of my gym teachers, I was Elisa all the time. And I was like, I'm not even gonna bother correcting him. He can't get it right. So now I'm at the end of my thread. Let's close that so you can see. See, I have a little piece left. So what I'll do, I'll open this up a little bit and go inside. So it's hiding behind the binding. And I'll take another stitch and I'll make a knot. Oops. Don't go through too far. And then I pulled it away from my... Oh, great. Let me thread that again. Actually, this one, let's see if I can do it. I'm nearsighted, and then if I don't take my glasses off, I can't see to thread my needles. I'll just use this little cheat. Get that back on the needle. So I'll show you that again. So a little piece left. So I'll go back in towards the mug rug where it's hiding behind the binding, and come up, make 2 stitches, and then I'm gonna make a knot. So I'm gonna make sure I hold the little end here. I should have left a longer piece to show you guys. And basically, just like when we did the, oh my god, I did it again. Just do it like this, like when we did the EPP, sewing the pieces together, and make a knot between each piece and then pull through and you have a knot. And then just hide the loose end behind here. And you can trim it down a little bit. You don't need it to be that long. Get rid of that. I'm gonna grab another needle with thread already. And then I can continue. And then when I start with the new piece of thread, I start inside the binding again so that the knot doesn't show up. But I could even start it a little further back to double over my stitches and come up. But I stick my needle in so that it doesn't go through the fabric, but it's nestled in between the mug rug and the binding, and then I go down. So I want my little knot to hide inside. Like so. And then if you see a little tail now, you can just trim that off. And then we just continue. Oh, I didn't know Paper Pieces had kits with fabric. Check out paperpieces.com, Keith. I thought they only had paper kits, but that's good to know. That shows you I don't shop enough. I need to shop more. And Keith, if you find like a lot of the bigger online quilt shops, they'll have subscription boxes for block of the months with papers and fabric. But yeah, it's good. I think Instagram is always a good spot to kind of keep a lookout for what's going on. But yeah, the majority of kits that I've seen is just for traditional machine quilting, not for EPP with the papers always. Oh, they're called Pink Door. I think Pink Door is doing some with Tula Pink too. Yes, Sophia, when you mentioned Tula Pink, it just reminded me. Pink Door Fabrics, check them out. Chelsea, she's the owner. They always do a lot of kits there. Oh yeah, and if all else fails, just search on Etsy. You can find anything on Etsy. And then now I'm at the corner, so I'm going to make sure I hold it down and come up right where the corner is here. So I can secure it with the knot, or 2 stitches and a knot. Take another stitch. And that's secured. And I flip it. And now I'm on my last side. Make sure it matches up nicely. It's only glued on, so we can lift it and reposition it if we need to a little bit. And then continue. I'm going to stitch that corner one more time just to secure it to the mug rug. And now I can keep on going. What time is it for everyone? I'm on the West Coast in the US, so right now it's 5:45. And this is how I actually like to spend Friday evenings. It's relaxing. But even more so now that the weather is turning colder, staying indoors is nice. Today's been, I'm up in the high desert, so it's been really windy and cold. Super duper cold today. I think someone posted on Instagram that it was raining. while they're working on their mug rug. And I'm looking forward to some rain. Rain makes me want to drink tea, stay indoors, and crochet or hand stitch or something. So I'm almost done with my third side. Everybody turned really quiet. Are you guys sewing along? Like, I don't know how to meditate. I don't have the patience, I think. I get really like, oh, I need to do something. But, you know, hand binding a quilt or any, like, you know, a project like this, I find this very meditative. And I think I need to keep my hands doing something. And just sitting still to meditate, then that's when I get antsy. Even just watching TV or Netflix just to watch, I can't do it. I need to work on something with my hands. And that's perfect for EPP too, right? So I'm on my corner here. I'm doing 2 stitches, and this one I'm gonna actually knot it and secure it too, just to be safe. And I'm on my last side. Corinne, if you're still here, I'm dying to see your Dear Jane progress. Corinne's working on Dear Jane, the EPP version, and I mean, oh my god, the pieces are so tiny, tiny. Let me make sure I'm not missing something. Oh, thank you, Penny, for sharing. Yeah. Oh, they got quite a few kits. Let's see. Corinne, yeah, the miter corners, you can go ahead and stitch them if you want, but majority of the time, I just leave them unstitched. Oh, I missed a whole bunch of comments. Oh, let's see. Oh, Margaret's doing the Smith and Block in the Mud and Tula Pink from Pink Dot. Nice. Oh, Malcolm, check out Alice Caroline. They do EPP with Liberty of London fabric, and they're in the UK. I forgot the name of their block of the month though, but it's really pretty too. Let's see. Acrylic templates. What's my opinion? I love acrylic templates because I like to trace on fabric using acrylic templates so that I get the exact seam allowance. But that's my preference. What about rest of you? Do you guys like acrylic templates or no? Cindy, it's 8 o'clock. Yeah, you're three hours ahead of me, huh? 2:45 Honolulu time. Oh, so you're behind us. Why did I think that you were ahead of us for some reason? So now I'm at the end of my thread again. So I'm gonna go inside behind the binding and then do another stitch and secure it. with the knot. So we have the little knot there, but it's hiding behind the binding, so you won't see it. So I'm gonna leave a little piece of thread there and just tuck it in. And then, good thing I preloaded 3 needles here. And I'm just going few stitches back, going in between the mug rug and the binding, and then I'll come up and I'll pull the thread and see how my knot is just going to go and hide behind the binding here. Okay. Oh, it's been raining a lot in Hawaii. You guys need to send some of that rain over here to where I am. Let's see. Yeah. Let's see. Oh yeah. Acrylic templates are useful when you want to cut with rotary cutter too. You can just follow along with it. Oh, this is so funny. The mug rug pieces look huge in comparison with the Dear Jane pieces. Yeah, those are so small. Oh, acrylic templates, they're hard, like this acrylic ruler, and they're thick. So those you don't leave in the fabric. You just use them for tracing or fussy cutting, like we did with the little templates here that we cut with the little window. But if this was acrylic, it would just be see-through, right? So you would use that to fussy cut or just use a rotary cutter to cut your fabric with. So yeah, acrylic templates we don't leave in the fabric when we do EPP. They're just used for cutting fabric. Let's see. Yes, Liberty of London, love it. Alice Caroline. Alice, hold on, Alice Caroline. That's the name of the shop in the UK. So I'm just about to finish up this side. Let me finish it up. So I can add another mug rug to my ever-growing mug rug collection. Oh, Carolyn, your name is Carolyn Alice. I think you need to go shop at Alice Caroline. Yeah, the acrylic templates, they don't replace the paper templates. Almost at the end here. See how this one's lifting up the edge? The glue just dried, so I can just put a little more if I want it to stay put. And continue. And I'm almost done with my fourth side, and I'm about to meet it in the corner, my final mitered corner, and I'm gonna secure it here in the corner where they overlap. Sew and quilt. Oh, they have kits too. Oh, nice. So I'm coming up in the corner of the final mitered corner here, so I can secure it. I'm gonna take another stitch, going through the mug rug and the binding part, and I'll go ahead and knot it there. And now I'll just hide behind the binding, take the needle behind the binding, hide it, and then I can come up about ½ an inch or so away and trim it, trim the thread, and we're done. One mug rug done. Doop. And at this point, the backing is not stuck to the fusible fleece, right? So I could still go in and machine quilt this if I want, or add a little embroidery, big stitch quilting, or just leave it as is. I leave a lot of my mug rugs just like this, and I wash it, and it's still okay. So that wraps up the Hexagon Mug Rug Workshop. So easy, right? I know, Lucy, right? I'm not a big orange fan, but I'm really liking this one. I could go, I actually like it a lot. And I didn't think I would like orange, but I'm happy with it. And I'm glad I played with orange, because usually I only stick with I gravitate towards pink or pastels, but this, I'm really having a good time with the orange, yeah. Oh, you want me to mail it to you, Keith? Oh, you love orange. Yeah, see? Like everybody has their own color preference. So I want to see your progress photos over the weekend and into next week too. I'm gonna actually leave the videos up for another week or two, so you guys can catch up. But please do post progress photos. The more progress photos I see, the more inclined I'll be to do more of these workshops, because it gives me energy to do it, right? And it's so fun when I get to see progress and everybody else's mug rugs or versions. So I'll try to think of what the next project could be that we could all work on together. That would be super fun. See, let me see. I'm missing a whole lot of comments here. Oh yeah, and do give it a press after you're done, and it'll look much nicer. Because right now I, bent it and wrangled with it, but it looks nice and crisp. Oh, and then you get that nice crinkly wrinkle too after you wash it. And let's see. Oh, you're all welcome. I had so much fun this whole week too. Yes, do join us in the English Paper Piecing Academy. Lucy's an alumni, Corinne is an alumni, and Cindy's an alumni. It's an 8-week course. We dive into every possible shape imaginable. That's EPP. Hey, Jen! And then I'll be opening the doors to the English Paper Piecing Academy next week, and I'll send you guys emails so you know what it's about and you can go read about it. But if you do want to learn more about in detail English paper piecing, that's definitely the course for you, and you get to meet some of my alumni in there as well. And registrations are officially opening Monday, but I might send a little sneaky peek to you guys over the weekend. Oh, and Kayla is an alumni too. I have a lot of my alumni in here. I love it. Yay! Let's see. Oh, Keith, the academy is actually pre-recorded, and it's all shorter lessons, but we do weekly Zooms where we get together for Q&As and catch up with our projects. And let's see. Oh, thank you, Kayla. Even though I mispronounce your name, you're always so nice. Let's see. Okay. So if you guys have any questions, you know where you can reach me over email from the emails I sent. I'll also send out the replay link for today's video. And how about a honeycomb SVG? Yeah, actually the English Paper Piecing Academy, we started all with PDF templates, but the SVG templates are being added for this next session, that the cohort that's opening up. So you can just print them out on your cutting machines, like the Cricut Maker that Kayla got. And let's see. Ah, thanks. Yeah, I tried to get people's names right because I think, yeah. Let's see. Da-da-da. Yes, I think EPP, it's always something nice to try when you want to just slow down and relax a little bit. And that way you're not stuck at a sewing machine. And it's very portable. I like the portability of it. What is an SVG is a file type that you would use with a cutting machine like the Cricut, Silhouette, or Brother Scan and Cut. You basically drop a file and have the cutting machine cut all your papers for you. That way you don't have to cut them by hand. And you can just have your machine cut it. Let's see. Alumni are always welcome to come back and take it with us in the English Paper Piecing Academy. Yes, once you're in, you're stuck with us forever. Your family forever. Yes, even after you, if you do need to do it twice, 3 times, it's lifetime access. So you're welcome back. Definitely. So Corinne, I expect to see you back this fall, so I can see your project. And oh yeah, it is a slippery slope. Oh, Carolyn, you're looking at the Silhouette? Yeah, I have the Silhouette. I want to try the Cricut Maker. I'm really curious about it, simply because it cuts fabric. But I heard the new Silhouette's cutting fabric really nice too. But I have an older Silhouette. Can you buy patterns with SVG files? So a lot of my designer friends and we've talked about, do we release our proprietary patterns with SVG files or not? There's a big debate. I don't know. I think it's shifting towards it. You'll see standard shapes with SVG files like the hexagons, or the diamonds and jewels. But I have yet to see a designer that's released like let's say my dilly flowers or May blossoms in SVG file format. But that's definitely something I'm thinking about and wondering which way I should go. But yeah, it's something I'm thinking about. Yeah. Because I think more and more people are getting familiar and comfortable with SVG files. I think that's the whole process too. If you don't know how to work with SVG files, it's tricky. But once you do know how to use it, it's like, yeah, it makes a whole world of difference. But Kayla, that's a really good question. Yeah, it's something to think about. Yeah. Oh, that's a big debate. Silhouette, Cricut, Brother Scan and Cut, those are the three main big machines, right? Then which one do you go with? I really think it's a preference matter, but I see more and more people leaning towards the Cricut Maker because you can cut fabric with it too. Yeah. Oh my god, that is so funny, Lucy. I've only seen those frames where you can clip on different colors, but she makes fabric ones. That is so fun. Now I want a Cricut. I'm gonna put that on my Christmas wish list. And I have one friend, Keith. She has the Silhouette, the Cricut, and the Brother Scan and Cut, but she's using the Cricut most of the time. So, because the Cricut is the only one right now that I believe that has the rotary cutter for fabric, right? Or did Silhouette come up with the rotary cutter too? So I could be wrong. Oh, I don't know if it's available yet or they've just teased about it. But the Cricut has a rotary cutter, so it'll cut fabric for you as well. So if you have you know, shaky hands and it's hard to cut out PDF templates like this, then oh yeah, or even fabric, then the Cricut is gonna be like, woo, party time. You'll be EPPing all day long. And let's see. Oh, it was on sale, Kayla? Wow. Acrylic. Oh, nice. Yeah. Cindy, I can't wait for you to use yours. Oh my god, I love Juki. Juki is one of my favorite sewing machines. The industrial Juki is my favorite. And for home sewing, I really like Bernina. Wow, nice. I'm gonna see if I can get a good deal during Thanksgiving, maybe. God, do I need another cutting machine? I have Silhouette. Do I need the Cricut? Someone hold me back. Yeah. The Scan and Cut cuts fabric too? Nice. Nice, nice. Yeah, the reason I like the Bernina for home is because mine has the embroidery feature, but I don't embroider anymore on it, and then the Juki, I like the industrial because that's what I started sewing on, and oh my god. Once you go industrial sewing machine, it's hard to go back to domestic because it feels so slow. Oh, it's not about need, it's about want. Yeah. Oh, that's so funny. Crafters understand each other, right? Oh my gosh. So yeah, maybe I'll sneak out and buy a Cricut too. Oh, she bought a brother. Nice. Nice. See, I think they got all the good deals coming up now with Black Friday and like Thanksgiving sales, right? So it's good to wait a little bit. Be a little patient. Oh, Cindy, you have an Elna? I didn't know that. Oh, and Janomi makes the Elna now? Wow. I grew up sewing on a Viking, well, in Sweden. Well, Carolyn, yeah, you have a Viking, yeah. And then they came up with the computerized Viking, and it was like a big hit, and it was so fun to sew on it. Nice. I'm dying to try one of those little Singer sewing machines. They look so cute, but I don't know how well they sew or how easily they sew after you've been sewing on these powerful sewing machines. But they look cute though, just for decorations even. Yeah. So maybe next time when you see me, I'll be the proud owner of a Cricut cutter. Who knows, right? So if you guys have questions about the English Paper Piecing Academy too, so don't hesitate to reach out and ask me any questions. And I'll be emailing the replay link for this video. And when it says replay, and if you only see the countdown first, you can fast forward like the 10 minutes, and then you'll end up right at where the video is. And the only reason I can edit it is because it's live on Facebook already. But once I take it off and slap it on my YouTube channel or website, then I can cut out the timer. Yeah. Featherweights are the best. Oh, they are? Oh, now I want a featherweight too. Cindy, you have everything. I need to go visit Cindy so I can try out her featherweight. Oh, Corinne, you have a featherweight too? See? I'm missing out. I think I'm missing out. So I'm going to put a Cricut maker and a Singer featherweight on my Christmas wish list. It's growing. All right. So don't forget to post your progress photos. I'll be checking in over this weekend. You can post them here on Facebook or on Instagram, whichever you prefer. And oh, thank you, Cindy. All crafters are enablers, Keith. Look up Singer featherweight. Oh, they're like darling. They're the cutest. So do post your progress photos. If you've seen my Instagram account, you've seen that I keep on reposting all your photos so I can share with everybody. And I love seeing them. It just makes me excited. Makes my day so much better. So I want to see progress photos. And if you have any questions about the binding too, don't hesitate to ask questions here under this video here on the Facebook page, because I'll be popping in to make sure that I answer everyone's questions. And if you end up watching this on the replay, put hashtag replay so I know you're watching the replay. And I will email you this weekend. Oh yeah, I think everyone's enabling everybody. So I'm gonna wrap it up for today. And I had so much fun this whole week with you all. And look out for an email from me. And I expect to see progress photos on Facebook and Instagram. Okay? Thank you. Have a good weekend. Bye.